So I have been truly fascinated by Esdras' eagle. I have felt that there is something really significant about it. I do believe it is about America. I really, really, really do believe it is about America. However, after the election and having read it over and over and over and over again and feeling as though it had to play out the way that I saw it, I wasn't quite sure what to believe. I've still believed that it is true. We just aren't going to know the interpretation until some time has passed. So I was sitting there scrolling through YouTube the other day, and I came across a video by some guys named the Garner Brothers. Now, they did a video showing a little bit of a twist with Esdras' eagle. And honestly, when I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness. Holy cow. That could totally be the thing that takes place. So the thing that they explained was the Esdras' eagle, it says you have all of these feathers that disappear that we believe represent American presidents. And then you get to the second wing, and the second wing has 6 feathers. 2 were taken off and saved for later. And then you have wing number 1 that disappears suddenly. And a lot of people believe that the election was stolen from Trump, and that could be why it was a short wing and disappeared suddenly. Then it said that the second wing disappeared sooner than the first. And when I read that, and I've read it over and over and over and over and over again, I believed that Biden would disappear faster than Trump did. And sure enough, he did. I mean, he really did. But all of a sudden, Trump was elected again. And it's like, is he another feather? Did he become a second feather, or a feather a second time? And that has not made sense to some people. And that has made people believe that the prophecy is not true. Well, what this video explained was, and they used the example of somebody coming to a party, 2 brothers. One brother showed up and stayed all the way through the party, and the other brother showed up a little bit late, stayed a little while, and left before the other one. And all of a sudden I was like, I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? It does. It makes sense. Trump came and became president and kind of lingered in the background. Biden came and left before Trump, and Trump was president again. And Biden came and left before Trump, sooner than Trump did. And it could have easily been explained that way. He left sooner than the first. The first came, and the first was still there when the second was gone. And he's the president again, immediately after. I was incredibly surprised. I was incredibly surprised that was not something that had even ever come close to crossing my mind. Now, does that make it true all of a sudden again? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I still think that it is something that we may not completely know until it has all transpired. Which means that down the road, we'll find out what the interpretation of the prophecy was. How did it play out? We will see down the road. I still firmly believe that it is about America. I still firmly believe that America is this great empire that Esdras saw, and is the same empire that Daniel saw in the last days. It is one of the greatest powers that has ever existed on planet Earth. You know, it is, I mean, I don't know what to say about it other than, you know, I my whole life have been proud to be an American. I love my country. I love the freedom that we have been granted in this country. I know that the government is not perfect. In fact, I do believe that we have allowed secret combinations to enter our government. And I think that that will be manifest as time goes on. The government has not been virtuous throughout its history. It clearly has not been virtuous throughout its history. And I do fear for America. God has said in the Book of Mormon over and over and over again, lots of over and overs, the people that possess this land are required to worship God. And our government has stepped away from that. And the people, so many people have stepped away from that. We're told in the last days, if we do not, we'll be held accountable. And Esdras' eagle, and what Esdras' eagle says about, the last few presidents and then the eagle being burned makes sense. If America continues to drift further and further away from God, it will pay a hefty price. It truly will. Either way, I just wanted to share that. I was fascinated that somebody read that and interpreted that way. I had not seen that, and I could not see that until I saw that explained in a video. And it makes sense, and it could be that is the interpretation of it. And what that really means is that the second disappeared sooner than the first. It means that feather 3 and 4 are still there. They have not planned to reign yet. And so we will have to wait and see towards the next election to see what happens. Fascinating. So I'm interested to see if you see the same thing. Does that make sense to you? If it does, leave me a comment.